Welcome to Anna American Accent. Today we're going to look at how to use the Color Vowel Chart in order to learn the English vowel sounds better. We have 5 written vowels, but we have many more vowel sounds. The Color Vowel Chart was created by Karen Taylor and Shirley Thompson, and it taps into the multiple intelligences by using not only hearing, but also visuals. Now, in many world languages, you don't have as many vowels as in English. A common language like Spanish has these typical 5 vowels, a, I, o, u. Many languages have those, and they're always said the same way. Here you see a speech organ with those vowels in the position the tongue would be. So E and E in the front, U in the back, but high up, O in the back, A with a little bit lower in the middle. Now, English has about 15 vowel sounds. It depends a little bit on the accent. So here I have them represented. If you think of the teeth being to the left, your throat and back of the mouth to the right. The top of your mouth or the roof of your mouth is high up, and your jaw coming down more is at the low. So let's start on the left with white. It's a diphthong. It starts one way and it ends up in a different way, both as far as the movement in your mouth and also the sound, which changes. Diphthong, very difficult word. We can also call it the changing or moving vowel. I, white. Now, white has the sound I in it. That's why we call it white. The sound E, which traditionally is called a long E, we call green because it has the E in it. So if you know how to say green properly and not grin, that's a big smile on the face, then you know better how to say that sound. If you lower your tongue just a tiny bit and make it quicker, you have E, it's in silver, and you have that word in mint, will, many words. Little, women, plural. Gray starts with E and ends with a Y sound, A. That one is a little bit hard. I hear people say things like take a break when they mean take a break. Or the word change has gray in it. It's not change, it's change. And you have to take the time of making the tongue move in your mouth. If you say it too quickly, it's really hard to make it gray. Red, it's pretty quick. We have it in so many words. It's one of the most common sounds, like letter or let. Now for black, you need to engage the muscles here in the back, and your jaw drops just a tiny bit. Your jaw will drop more for olive, aw. Now, mother is mustard, right in the middle of your mouth, mustard. Brother is also mustard, but father is olive. I usually hear father, but you have to drop your jaw more. Father, to make that deep sound. The bigger your speech organ is, the deeper your sound can be. Think of the difference between a small violin and a bigger cello. The cello has a lot more room in it and will produce a lower, deeper sound. And your mouth is your instrument here. Purple, it's always together with an R. You have it in words like work. It's not work, it's work. And the word World, which is hard to say. Learn. Girl. So you have a vowel plus R. Very often it's purple. Blue in the back is ooh. You have that word in boot, for example. Wood is a little bit lower in the mouth. Ooh. You have it in took. You have it in woman, singular. Plural is women, spelled O, both of them. Spelling doesn't often correspond perfectly to English pronunciation, especially when it comes to vowels. Rose is a diphthong, O. Now, most people say the word N-O, no, yes and no, perfectly. And maybe also the verb to know something. But don't, I usually hear as don't. But it's I don't know. And you have it in little simple words like over. It's not over. Over. Orange is also vowel plus R, typically an O though. Exceptions would be work, word, and world. But most other ones you have O, or, like door and report. And many of us in the US call the state Florida. Now, some people on the East Coast might say Florida, but we usually say Florida in the rest of the US. Turquoise, oi, also a diphthong, oi. You have in easy words like boy, toy, and noise. And brown, ow, is a diphthong, but usually not a very difficult one. So here I have some of them represented in the mouth. So again, you can think of the whole chart as representing where in the mouth it is. So here they are again. Repeat after me. E, green. E, silver. Gray. A, white. I, red. Eh, black. Ah, olive. Ah, purple. Round your lips. Mustard. All relaxed in the middle of your mouth. Mustard. Turquoise. Oi. Orange. O, or. Rose. Oh. Try not to go ow, like brown. Oh. I've found that to be difficult for many people. Wood. High up in the back, pretty quick too. Wood. Blue. Really high up in the back and longer. Blue. Brown. Ow. Now, how do you know? And if you have a long word with many vowels in it, how are you going to keep track of which one? Are you going to keep track of 5 different colors? That would be really hard. But the way the color vowel works so well in English is you mostly need to know where the primary stress is. That one vowel sound that has the big stress. Americanize, you have it on Americanize. That's red here. Almost everything else is schwa. Schwa is a very relaxed vowel. It's kind of like mustard, but very quick. If you think of doctor and teacher, one is spelled O-R, the other one is E-R. They are unstressed, and they just become which we call a very funny word, schwa, but we also represent it by an upside down E. Now in the word Americanize, you have a little bit of a second stress on eyes. And secondary stresses usually have a color as well. This one is white. In fact, any word that ends with I-Z-E, as in analyze, finalize, will have that white sound there. Everything else here is schwa. Americanize. Sorry, my kitty is in here and she is now making noise. Americanize. A word like immunization with shun words, they have the stress before shun. A, gray. Mu has a little bit of a secondary stress and also has a color blue. Everything else is schwa, immunization. So if you have a long word, you need to know which vowel sound is stressed. Most everything else is schwa. Goodbye.